At Booz Allen Hamilton, we like the mission and we love the hardest challenges. Integrating C4ISR with enterprise integration fits both of those billets. We as a DoD and Intel community have constraints. We have policies. We have fiscal constraints. Those are constraints that our adversaries don't have. What I'm excited about of why we were focusing on enterprise integration and integrating C4ISR is to actually adapt to those changes, adapt to those constraints.
Missions now are transcending organizational and acquisition boundaries. What we found is the triad of the operators, the engineers, and the acquisition force need to be unified. So the operators need to understand the new analysts in the Intel community where they're using all sources of Intel across multiple applications that are integrated together and displaying. In parallel, the engineers need to define the blueprints on how you're actually going to be able to network these things together. And then finally, you got to buy it in smaller pieces. Instead of the large monolithic shrink wrap, it's, can I buy a smaller thing that has this attachment A to it called an interface? And then there is somebody that is architecting at the higher enterprise level that will actually be able to patch panel these together to achieve the mission effect.
I'm really excited about where the government is going in and around integrating C4ISR. I'm seeing patterns of this across defense, civil, and the Intel spaces.
If we get that into our DoD C4ISR community and federal government at large, it's going to be a huge transformation in how the federal government buys IT.
The first thing is having an enterprise blueprint, understanding what capabilities are out there, what missions are out there, and what services are out there.
If there's nothing available and you have to go build it, you build it with reuse in mind, where you're going to make it available back to the enterprise.
Having discrete modular capabilities, those singular mission and business functions that can be actually orchestrated together to actually encourage an agile, adaptive enterprise to support the mission and the warfighter.
The public sector can actually emulate what the private sector is doing, where they're working together to assemble things to create new capabilities, rather than buying in the vertical stovepipes that we have been over the last 20 plus years in the IT. I think that will create a major transformation.
So if you take a look at the Ubers, if you take a look at the Airbnbs, if you take a look at the Yelps, the Open Tables, and so forth, they're innovating on top of Google Maps. They're not all developing Google Maps and that geocoding capability, right? They're accelerating by reusing proven enterprise capabilities.
As we see the IT technologies continue to evolve, this digital entropy thing that we're watching, the natural tendency for IT to become smaller, faster, cheaper, but the effect isn't in the individual piece, it's in the networking of the pieces together.
And that's what I think the DoD and the Intel community can actually model going forward.
Don't worry about building the solution and connecting it to something after the fact or securing it after the fact. We make sure that integration and security is baked in at the onset so that you have a trusted connection between these things and it is very secure.
We are uniquely positioned because of our technical pedigree, along with our consulting heritage.
We're networking together all our Army, Navy, Air Force joint agencies and Intel.
We, Booz Allen as a firm, are connected across the C4ISR mission area and the stakeholders.
We understand the pieces and parts, and it's naturally networking together and collaborative. So our firm culture enables us to help our clients be able to network themselves.
It is who we are, how we operate day to day. We can help actually enable and facilitate connections for our own clients to integrate the C4ISR mission area.